Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to discuss about the squirrel cage induction generator. A regular AC asynchronous motor, that is a squirrel cage induction motor, usually can be used as a generator without making any internal modification. The induction generator, which is a AC generator that converts mechanical energy into AC electrical energy, that we know very well. So while looking the construction physical structure, this is similar to the induction motor, that means 12 kg induction motor. So the entire body parts are similar to the 12 kg induction motor. We need not to make any modification to make it as a induction generator. Then when we are talking about the induction motor, the slip will be positive, where the synchronous speed is greater than the rotor speed. So the slip will be positive. But this will act like a induction motor. And coming to the synchronous asynchronous generator, where the slip will be negative. How do we achieve this negative slip? Means, as we know, the slip speed is ns minus nr. If we make nr is greater than the ns, then the slip will be negative. So how do we achieve this one? By running a cage rotor above the synchronous speed, the slip will be negative. At the time, the machine will develop the EMF and the stator current will supply to the grid. How this happens means, in the air gap flux will be cut by the rotor, since the rotor speed is greater than the synchronous speed. Now the rotor speed dominates the synchronous speed, it cuts, and the EMF induced in the stator field cause a current will oppose the applied voltage. That means the applied voltage will received from the grid to the stator. Now the current induced in the stator field oppose the supply field, cause this will supply active power to the grid. But here one issue is there, that is, though it is a generator that supplies active power to the grid, to develop this active power, the air gap flux is mandatory. This air gap flux will be produced only by the reactive power consumption from the grid to the stator. So this reactive power is mandatory for developing the reactive active power to the grid. So how do we get the reactive power? By means of getting a power from the grid, or else we can keep a one delta connected three-phase capacitor along with the stator, so that this capacitor will supply the reactive power that is sufficient to produce the stator flux. That flux will be cut by the rotor and the induced current will supply to the grid. This is the process of an induction generator, and mostly this is applied to the wind power plant, where the wind plants are connected to the rotor of the SGIG, that means squirrel cage induction generator. The rotor speed is increased by the gearbox above the synchronous speed, so that will induce the EMF in the stator, and the induced current will oppose to the grid current, so the current will be supplied to the grid as a generator. This is the process of a